record are you gonna pop on over here? Ooh. Oh no! I'm looking at your screen.
I gotta change it to this guy. Is this the guy? Oh, that is the guy. Am I too? Oh, I am. Okay, here.
I'm turning purple.
You are. It'll glitch every now and then.
If I like move too fast, is it gonna?
No.
Okay.
The camera's just messed up.
I'm gonna test your frames. That's kind of funny, just seeing me go like.
Yeah.
Attack my legion.
Should I? I'm gonna move this camera actually because we don't need this one. So you can take.
Oh, he's gonna be the sad cam.
Yeah, he is.
Wall cam.
Wall cam. All right. You gonna sit here? Or?
You can sit there. I don't care.
All right. Let me go.
I'm just chilling.
I'm gonna put over here.
He's.
If I sit here,
Is the background just gonna be OBS? Just.
It
like,
might, or we put on a YouTube video. Last time I put on a spinning cat.
Dude, put on the spinning fish.
Spinning
That would be great. Not at all distracting. I'm all the way back here now. Help! Help! Help me! Help!
Okay. For just a moment.
It's recording though, right? Like this.
Yeah,
is,
we're
okay.
live.
So this is all live. Great. Perfect.
We're live. While we're doing this.
Set up while live.
Oh, we got somebody in the viewer. We're already.
Oh boy.
A viewer. Say hi to our little guy.
Hello, viewer. If you're tuning in, this is the greatest thing humanity has ever created. What is it, like some 100 billion years of human evolution has led to this moment?
You're doing right.
You had to turn it down so you don't get like copyright strike in the middle of the. And then just like in the corner plugging uBlock. Oh, it's gonna be over here. Plugging uBlock origin.
Maybe. Would it be funnier like this?
If it's just in the corner.
Hold on.
I'm just in awe at the process right now.
Do I have any audio? I don't think I have desktop audio.
Well, that works. Is there gonna be where like I can look on your stream and check if the
Yeah,
the
I'm
fish-
actually gonna do that right now.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. It's Zucifer, right? It's the same.
Yeah, Zucifer. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be right back. We haven't started.
What does it say? Donnie Thornberry?
Yo, that guy was spitting.
I think you should become a new prophet.
Me?
No, Donnie Thornberry.
Okay, I was about to say.
No,
I was
you
like,
could.
hold up.
We just need to martyr you really quickly.
We just need to martyr you real quick.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, man. People aren't really ready for it.
Am
But
I not subscribed to you?
maybe not.
I can't find you on my subscription list. It's ZUECIFIER? Oh,
Yeah,
no, there it is.
I mean, this is us. But yeah, it's Zucifer.
The Zeus Ifer.
Zucifer.
And then I can see the delay. That's great.
Yeah, it's a little delay. It's got a little delay. Is it live? It's live. Click on live.
Yeah.
See? You can see me. See?
And then there's
I don't
me
know if you knew
realizing
this,
that it's...
guys, but this is Brandon right here, realizing that there's a delay. See, he's over there, but he's also on this screen. Now, when we look at this screen again...
I'm on the internet, Mom!
I'm on the internet, Mommy. All right.
My parents are so proud.
I will turn this up just for a second, so I can hear it. Make sure the audio's not...
I can't wait.
Okay, see, so that's Brandon right there.
It's kind of great.
Realizing that he's waving at us while I'm showing you this laptop. And now I'm showing him, me showing him. And now I won't turn it up anymore for a second because I heard it. That was me in the past.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
We're time travelers.
We're time travelers. It's kind of cool. Look, I'm doing it again. Look, there's me showing Brandon that I'm doing it. And now that's me explaining to Brandon that I've showed Brandon that I'm showing Brandon that I showed him Brandon.
I just wasn't responsive at all. Just the worst podcasting guest ever. I just start playing Mario on my DS.
That'd be crazy. That'd be pretty good. Let me make sure. Let me get a. I'm in the place. We're in the place. Okay, so this is
Place. Oh, we're getting an ad.
No, not on my stream. Not on my
No
stream.
ads on my stream. I thought you had uBlock on.
I just want a little volume. I couldn't hear. We're in the place. Okay, so this is No, not on my stream. Not on my
Perfect. Epic start. What are we at? Like
Okay.
5-10 minutes or something like that?
It doesn't matter. This is the part where everybody tunes in. We gotta.
This is the part where everybody is intentively watching, and in the next 5 minutes, they're all gone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we're at 5 minutes. All right, so today, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined with my guest, Brandon Dial. He is a person. It's true. He is him. So, me and Brandon have been wanting to do like a little podcast together, just talk about weird stuff,
Yeah.
weird kind of little things. And Brandon here curated a little bit of some weird history timeline or something like that, right? Something like that?
Yeah. Are you, I don't know if you are a big fan of like the podcast of The Dollop.
So this is the craziest thing. As much as I produce podcasts,
You don't listen to a lot of other ones?
I listen to them only when I'm producing them.
Okay.
And then like I
like it.
I don't listen to a lot of, I mean, sometimes when I'm with Nam, I'll listen. He has them in the
Right.
background or something like that. But
He's going to be the one I'm watching. Hi, Nam.
yeah, he might be.
He's not. He's a loser.
Hello.
He's not a loser. I love you. Sorry.
Hey, hello. He's there. Eventually.
In spirit.
In spirit. But so we got this fish. And while you guys are watching the fish, he's going to tell me about a little bit of some
bit of
goofy history. So let me, yeah. Go ahead.
So this is a little bit of history. I don't know how big like a history buff you are.
I don't know.
This is, I don't think I've heard anybody, like, again, I mentioned The Dollop. You know, they talk about a lot of weird stuff, and I sort of thought it would be cool to put together, like, a Dollop style, just sort of, weird
listicle?
A listicle.
A listicle.
That's a big word for Elmo. What does that mean?
It's a list.
A list, but it's...
It's a...
Listicle?
Listicle.
Listicle. Okay. No, I just put together a little document here that just details. It's kind of like a biography.
All right, hit me with it.
So, how familiar are you with Japanese literature from 1940 onwards?
This guy. No, I don't.
No.
I don't. I'm not a big no. Like.
It's okay. He doesn't read a lot of books.
No.
It's okay.
It's true. I started every 3 months. I'm reading a book from my girlfriend now. Actually.
Really.
It's a new goal I'm doing this year.
Goal. I did the thing over COVID where I read when PewDiePie did his things, it was like a book a month or whatever it was over COVID.
Something like that. A lot of people were doing stuff, but
one
you
of the
reading?
authors that he talked about and ended up being his favorite author. I can't speak English. Guy by the name of Yukio Mishima.
Yukio Mishima. Okay.
Ring a
Is
bell?
that who we're talking about
We're
today?
talking about Yukio Mishima,
Okay.
who I think is a
Yukio
really, he's a really
Mishima.
funny guy. He's a funny little man.
So this guy's a real dude or he's a character?
This guy was a real dude.
Okay,
This
so
was
he's a
real-
guy.
Not Mishima like... I know my buddy Daniel plays Tekken a lot. He's got Kazuya Mishima and Heihachi and all that stuff. No, this is a real guy. He was one of Japan's most celebrated authors. Post World War II,
Yeah.
pre and post.
Yeah. Okay, so he was through the occupation and everything.
He was recent. He died in 1970. We'll get to that. But this is just going to be a little guy who lived in Japan and did a lot of funny stuff in his life. Had a lot of funny stuff happen to him. I say funny, not funny, haha, but like...
Funny, comedic, tragic, kind
Sure.
of
Funny, I have...
Shakespearean.
Horrible humor. So, Yukio Mishima, throughout his life, wrote 35 novels, 25 plays, over 200 short stories, and 8 volumes of essays.
Okay.
on top of that, he was also, you ready? An actor, a bodybuilder, and the most pertinent to the story, a political revolutionary.
Okay.
Not the kind you're thinking of.
Oh, goodness.
So, we'll get into that. So...
Did he do the subway stuff?
No. That was a cult in Japan. The subway, I think it was stabbings. That's
poisons and stuff like that.
That's different than this guy. Was that recent? I feel like that was recent.
I did a podcast on it recently. Okay. There's an episode online if you guys want to look it up. It's in season 2 of mini book chats.
I'll have to watch that.
That one's on HerdCon though, not on
like a mini book chat because he is an author, and I don't know if there's. I would strongly recommend a lot of his books. But we'll get to that. I'll mention them as we go along.
Absolutely.
So early life. You ready?
Hit me with it.
January 14th, 1925. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't speak Japanese. I'm not going to pretend like I'm, country boy from Appalachia. So, forgive me for the pronunciation of some of these Japanese names. Okay. January 14th, 1925. Kimitake Hirayuka was born in Tokyo, Japan. And bro is fishing for gold. He's digging.
Me?
Yeah, he's digging for...
Okay,
I was wondering what you were doing.
I'm listening to your story. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm being a distracting asshole.
No.
I'm looking for my sweat catcher 3000.
Oh, you brought your
beanie.
Yes. Okay.
Bro's digging for gold.
Yeah, he was start digging in your butt, twin. Faith's gonna like that.
She will. Mm-hmm. We'll have to clip it for
She's
her.
also gonna appreciate this. I'm not gonna explain it because context, but ooh, I think you know.
I'm sure. I'm sure I eventually will. I'm sure I eventually will.
Because I can't say that on stream.
Alrighty. So Guy existed or started to exist.
Yeah, Kimitake Hirayuka was born in Tokyo, Japan in 1925.
Okay.
His parents, his mother, Azusa, and his father, Shizue. His father, Shizue, was a high civil servant of Japan. So what that really means is it's like a lead bureaucrat, like administrative guy. Wikipedia talks a little bit about like Japanese self-defense force, which is kind of like army. I'm sure it wasn't called that at the time, because this was still, 1925 Japan. Are you familiar with like 1925? Have you seen the series Shogun?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. My exposure to Japan culture is through.
Right.
Regrettably, anime. Naruto for the majority of my life,
That's
and then
fine. I have no problem with that. I don't like, there's guys who are like weebs.
Yeah.
Weeaboos.
Weebs. The otaku.
The otaku.
They make anime about their entire. It's like their entire life. It's kind of like. Go ahead.
I found. I guess we can kind of go on a tangent here. I found out about this guy from. I'm really into movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one thing you know about me. There's a movie by Paul Schrader, who was the director of Taxi Driver. It was called Mishima: A Life in 4 Chapters, and I watched that and I thought it was really striking. It's probably one of the best biopics anybody's ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of how I found out about this, and that sort of got me reading his books, and that's sort of, I'm not gonna pretend to be like some sort of pretentious guy like Japanese literature.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. There's nothing. You don't have to be. There's nothing pretentious about enjoying something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not gonna make it like my whole personality like some of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So, father was bureaucrat.
Mm-hmm.
His mother, Azusa Hirayuka. Sorry, it's gonna be full of that.
You're good.
Azusa Hirayuka was on her mother's side, so Kimitake's grandmother, direct descendant of samurai.
Okay, yeah.
So they're a very, very high class family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Kimitake Hirayuka is born. Does not get to spend much time with his parents though, because remember how I said through his mother, his grandmother, was descendant of samurai.
Yes.
So that grandmother, Natsu, just kidnapped him.
That's great. I
Decided
like
to
that.
kidnap him as a baby from his parents. So his grandmother, Natsu, is described as overprotective and very, very eccentric. So taught, very much taught him the way of, Bushido. As it
Okay,
was,
straight up.
Straight up.
She wanted to pass this on to somebody. It was like that's her cult. That's her culture. That's what she was.
Yeah. And Japan up at that point was entirely like
a caste system,
I don't think
right?
you really realize like how short history is, because like at that point, like the samurai, it wasn't really a thing, but it was still very much like ancient, like dueling swords and stuff. This was after the campaign of America forcing Japan to open up all of its borders. So the Japan at that point,
I do remember that.
Kind of been westernized at this point, but it's still very much like shogunate, samurai. Shogunate probably not, but definitely like way of divine wind, kamikaze, that sort of thing, Kota Bushido, samurai stuff. So Kimitake grew up, with that sort of mindset growing up.
So she's like kidnapping a kid and teaching him teaching him Bushido is nothing. He's gonna learn how to kill people. That's gonna kidnap him.
On top of that, she also forbade him from ever going outside or playing with other children. So he was just stuck at home taking care of his dying grandma.
She was dying too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so dying, teaching him to fight.
Dying grandma from like age 0.
I'm gonna teach you how to take care of me, son.
So his whole life has just been surrounded by like death and illness and samurai stuff. So this kid's already had a wonderful childhood. Good news though. He eventually went home back to his family at age 12.
Okay, 12 years.
From 0 to 12.
He went back, or he like how did that happen?
His grandmother finally allowed him to leave the house to go and be with his family. So happy reuniting for the Hiraoka family. His mom noticed very early on that, I don't know how you would say 12 is early on.
Yeah.
But throughout his whole childhood and his teenage years, he was very this is the not even like writer's block, but like speaker's block. He was very like literally compelled. He was very much.
He was writing.
He was writing. He loved reading classical works. He loved reading and writing stories. He was one of the very few columnists for a school magazine. And he was apparently so good that his teachers were like, hey, this kid's got something.
After he returned or before he was 12?
Well, as he was going through school and also as he returned.
Okay.
Yeah. So teachers very much recognized, hey, this kid is...
Writing.
He's a prodigy, basically, right?
Yeah.
He's got a knack for writing. And his mother couldn't be happier. She's, given him all these, the stuff to help expand his, catalog of intake of material. Unfortunately, his father was of the sword.
Okay, not a samurai, though?
Very much militant. No. Very much like militant, macho man type of guy.
So what would be the difference between like that and what the grandma was?
So samurai, there's a difference between like the imperial army and then like samurai. Samurai were kind of like bounty hunters, where they're like kind of like weapon for hires.
Security
kind of thing. So they're security basically. They're the security force of Japan.
And then
there's a separate like security force that would be like the Japanese military for Emperor Hirohito.
And that was his father's side.
Tojo. Yeah, so that was his father's side. He was very much a militant man, very macho. In his words, poetry was gay.
Yeah.
As we all know, right? Poetry is gay. It's awful, bad. So, if you were a father, what would you want to do to teach your son not to be a poet?
Kill him, I guess.
Well, maybe not that.
No, but like honestly, like I'm never gonna have kids. And if I had to stop a child or my child from doing something that I didn't want him to do, it'd probably be like heroin. And so I'm trying to stop this kid from doing heroin, right? Like I'm trying to get in that mindset. I'm like, okay, heroin's gay. But in this context, we're talking about like, I am somebody I was born before 1920. And homosexuality bad. I'm a Japanese.
We'll get to that.
I'm in the military.
That's a big part of this story.
Yeah, so I'm thinking in my head. Okay, I don't want my son or my daughter or my little baby to do heroin. I got to put these things together and I got to think, what am I going to do to stop him from doing? I mean, I take the needles and the drugs, right? Take his paper, burn all his shit. Take his pencils, snap them in half, take his ink, burn all of his poetry and the stuff that he had, all of his paintings, all of his books that he had acquired from like the lexicon of, is that what it's called? Like it's a big group of stuff.
You're close. He did that, but he also held him against a speeding train. Okay. Held him against a speeding train, like a train was going by and then he pushed, like grinding him up against it. Well, more like I would imagine, just like holding him against the tracks. Like, are you going to be?
Oh, okay. And there's the train coming.
Yeah. So.
Like when the damsel's in distress and the little ropes.
Yeah. So.
He gave him the Pinocchio. But he did burn his shit?
He did.
Oh.
He did that on top of the train. So.
God. He should have smoked it. I forgot. We're not talking about heroin. We're not talking about heroin.
The books.
Well, I thought it was heroin for a moment. I remember different mindset. Here's
a Greek class.
I thought,
just roll into blood.
Let me just roll this Greek heroin, some opiates.
That Japanese opiate, and smoke that shit. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
So
train track.
That kind of had a pretty big impact on him.
I mean, I put myself in that headspace and I almost got it right. I was just missing the train. I was like, what am I going to do to stop this person from doing heroin? You know what I mean? So
let's hold him against the train track. So that really inspired him.
They'd be too high, You got to wait till they come down a little bit before you hold them against the train track.
Let me hide being an author from my parents.
For a while.
For my dad, at least.
Okay.
Mom's fine. I'm sure Mom heard about this and was like, oh.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Doing the standard mom thing of just being like, okay. So, Kimitake Hiraoka began publishing books under a new name. Could you guess what that name would be?
Miata.
Oh, he's thinking. Yukio Mishima.
Yukio
Mishima. So
Mishima.
Kimitake Hiraoka becomes Yukio Mishima, the man who centers around this story. Okay?
Alrighty.
So he starts publishing books. He starts publishing a bunch of poems. And it's not necessarily successful yet.
In Tokyo? He's still in Tokyo? Okay. Because I know that he was born in Tokyo, he got kidnapped, and then he came back.
He very much was raised in Tokyo. He very much was raised, he's a Tokyo man.
Yeah.
So, we'll take a little break. We'll put ourselves in a mindset right now. We're in Japan. It's the 30s, going on the 40s. Do we think of anything really that would be happening about this
Hitler?
Time? Maybe.
The 40s? No, wait.
September 22nd, 1940.
September 22nd, 1940.
Japan invades French Indochina.
Okay.
5 days later, on September 27th, the Tripartite Pact is signed.
What is that?
Well, I'll let you know. It's an alliance between nations. Japan, Representative Saburo Kurusu, on behalf of Emperor Hirohito, signs this. From Italy, Representative Galezio Giano signs on behalf of Benito Mussolini. Representative Joachim von Ribbentrop from Germany signs on behalf of Adolf Hitler. Japan has entered World War II.
The Axis powers or whatever?
We had an Old Spice ad.
No! No! Not an Old Spice ad for the Hitler and Old Spice. Gosh. That's devastating for our viewers.
World War II begins. Japan sides with the Axis powers.
Yeah, okay, so this is the Axis powers. Okay.
Japan begins drafts.
Is this when they start invading Korea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they've already invaded French Indochina. They're working their way up through Nanking and all that stuff. So, drafts in Japan are a little bit different than what we do in America. Boys as young as 15 were forced into mandatory servitude for the Japanese army. Mishima, raised in Bushido, had an intense passion for his country. He was very patriotic, and he deeply worshipped the emperor. So in 1944, Mishima was drafted into the army. However, during a medical examination, a doctor diagnosed him with tuberculosis.
Hilarious.
And then he was not able to serve during World War II. The tragedy of that is that this was a false diagnosis, as Mishima reportedly only had a light cold. So he never forgave himself for what he saw as, quote, cowardice and being denied a noble death.
You know, that's fucking real, though. That's so real, though. Because it's like, if he was like, okay, this is where I die. Everything has been coming up to this one moment, and they're like, what if you just didn't?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing. Your whole life, you're told, you know, you have the emperor, and he's this divine creature, like descendant of the gods.
And you're supposed to sacrifice yourself for him.
Sacrifice yourself for him.
That makes you honorable. That makes your life worth it.
The divine wind. The divine wind is going to carry Japan to victory.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bomb Pearl Harbor.
Hilarious.
We're going to invade through California.
Funny.
And we're going to help Hitler take over the American mainland.
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah. So, World War II continues.
Okay.
Japan's doing all right until they attack Pearl Harbor.
Yes. And then finally, America's like, infrastructure.
Not. Yeah. August 6th, 1945. The Enola Gay drops the atomic bomb Little Boy over the city of Hiroshima.
Damn.
3 days later, Boxcar drops the Fat Man over Nagasaki. This directly leads into Victory in Japan Day, August 14th, 1945, where Emperor Hirohito formally surrenders to the Allied powers, renouncing his divinity.
I do remember this. They were like, you have to tell people you're not a god.
You're not a god, yeah.
And he was like, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's so odd to think about that, because World War II was very much, it's mechanized warfare. World War I was definitely the most, like, that was the beginning of, like, war as it is.
Yeah, with gas and shit like that. Oh,
well, even beyond that, it's a war of nations, not so much as a war of, like, religion.
Yeah, the Canadians, man, the fucking Canadians, they went fucking hard.
They really did.
In every fucking war, the Canadians were going fucking hard.
Yeah, because World War II was definitely the first battle of, World War I would definitely be the first battle of the isms, nationalism, imperialism, but then World War II directly leads into Nazism, fascism. So it's the battle of the belief system of government. Not for Japan. For Japan, it very much was still a religious war.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to lose that, it's not like, I guess my military wasn't strong enough or whatever. It's like, no, this war was promised to me by God to win, and if, we're going to give up, we can't surrender, because that would be dishonoring our God, or saying that our God is fake, or whatever, 1,000 different, like, practical religious reason for that. So anyways, Emperor Hirohito renounces his divinity, and the American occupation of Japan begins, and this is sort of the beginning of the end for what it is, the definitive beginning of the end for Bushido and kamikaze in Japan.
Yeah, when
the Eastern. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's just when the Eastern mindset of Japan died, was VJ Day. Devastates Mishima and pretty much everybody who was on the mainland, everybody who fought. It's like, you're gonna fight this war, you're gonna do such and so forth for your emperor, and then
he would have been probably happier dying. That must have been really depressing, because it's like,
his...
first of all, you get denied that honorable death. You could have died and not seen the defeat, right? And just had died happily. And like, then you don't get to do it. And then they're like, hey,
have you seen...
turns out you're not having tuberculosis and we're giving up. Mm-hmm. You couldn't help, buddy. That's gotta be devastating.
Have you seen the movie Godzilla Minus One?
No, I haven't seen movies.
Okay. The big point about that one is very much the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
People of Japan had. Because the citizens who couldn't fight, women and children, and then some men, very much thought that, like, these are our soldiers, are our last line of defense, and they are. And for those...
Especially for an island nation like that.
And those who would like survive, even like kamikaze, if you're going to be a kamikaze pilot, you came back alive. That was seen on like a dishonor for your whole family.
Yeah.
So,
because you were supposed to pay your life or whatever.
Yeah. So Mishima is devastated by this. He sees Japan slowly becoming more westernized, and it's slowly becoming the Japan that we know.
Mm-hmm.
So, to him, this is catastrophic. He sees it as the death of Japan's spirit, the loss of its traditional values and honor. And this is really what began his writing journey.
Yeah.
Very intensely. Got his first taste of fame from his early works, such as Confessions of a Mask, that were released in 1949. It's described as a semi-autobiographical, if I can speak English right, exploring his violent and ashamed nature for his repressed homosexuality.
Okay,
He very much was a closeted gay man in 1940s Japan.
So he was as well.
So the basic rundown for Confessions of a Mask is the protagonist hides behind a mask of normalcy while fantasizing about the death of beautiful men.
Okay.
Take that as you will. This reflects Mishima's own struggles with his homosexuality as he frequented private gay bars, which basically at that time, Japanese version of Stonewall.
Yeah, okay.
At the time. Very secretive, very because, Japanese culture.
Got to keep it underneath the
label. Because imagine, America in the 1950s, the Stonewall, was it Stonewall riots in the 1960s or the 50s?
From my understanding, I think that relationships are a lot more open in Japan. They're just very, you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
No, you might have a mistress, but you don't talk about it.
It's very much an unspoken thing.
Exactly. Because it's shameful, but you don't want anybody to find out, so you're like, rather have no one know and let it just...
And of course, it's very much easier to control the narrative, of
As
that,
a happy family.
of how, Yeah. So the novel...
But I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Put a pin in that. We'll talk about that here in a second. The novel, striking and eccentric as it was, made him an overnight literary star at age 24.
Okay.
So, time went on, and by the 1950s, Mishima was Japan's most famous young author, described as prolific, handsome, articulate. In this time, he produced The Sound of Waves, a romantic bestseller, Temple of the Golden Pavilion, a psychological exploration of obsession and beauty. Also put a pin in that. We'll get to that to sort of break apart his psyche. And The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea, which is a haunting, violent allegory about nihilism and masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
So very much his sort of thought process of mind over body, or body over mind. You can achieve spiritual purity through the perfection of one's body. Like, basically, he was like...
There was somebody who came in here the other day.
He's wanting to red pill.
He's wanted... there's a lot of I'm pretty sure Socrates, Plato, and Homer, they were nerds, and people would make fun of them, and they were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get strong and just beat the hell out of people."
Yeah.
So he probably was like, "Well, no, sorry, go ahead."
No, you're correct. He very much was like, "I need to perfect,
my
physical purity."
I feel that.
And it wasn't like a vanity. Well, it could have been very much a vanity thing on his part, but spiritually, I don't believe it was a vanity thing. It was more of a way of getting a McDouble. What is that?
No, not on my stream.
Mickey, sponsored by McDonald's.
Not on my stream.
Is that McDonald's or is that Arby's? I couldn't tell.
You know what I want?
What do you want?
Something else.
What do you want? We'll put a pin in it and we'll come back.
At slow speed.
So,
gosh,
the more he got famous, the more eyes were on him, and he felt a need to
present
himself, because the image control for him was very much a thing. It's speculated that he has some sort of schizopsychotic disorder, that he was very much a functioning schizophrenic. Some people describe as meeting him and having dinner with him as you do the topics beforehand, very much, you had to respond certain ways to him, how he spoke, and it was all very much an act. It was a play, basically. His whole life could be described as one big art piece, which is, I believe, what he wanted in the end. Mishima became obsessed with Greek ideals of the body. He began bodybuilding, saying he wanted to unite the pen and the sword. That was his big idea, was pen and the sword. He also trained in kendo, took up acting, and posed for erotic photo shoots depicting his
Let's fucking go.
Depicting his own death.
Let's fucking go.
In various ways.
Let's fucking go. This guy's speaking to me. This guy's fucking speaking to me. He's spitting. Are you fucking kidding me? Erotic photo shoots of my own death.
Right.
Guy's a genius. Go, keep on going. I'm a fan.
Misunderstood. Like, no,
he was just like,
he's baby girl, you know.
He's
girl boss.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little man who wanted to be a body.
Is that your dwarf Trump coming back out again?
He's a very little guy. We love him so much.
We love him so much. He's a tiny little dude. All right, so he started taking erotic photos.
Yeah, very much his way of becoming one of his own characters.
Yeah.
Very much become a piece of his own art and that sort of thing. He says, quote, "If I had not existed, someone would have had to invent me." That's how high.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, how high of an opinion that he had of himself.
That's pretty dope.
Through spiritual cleansing. He cultivated an image of perfection, disciplined, beautiful, and obsessed with control. Yet beneath was a growing madness, the conviction that modern Japan had lost its soul. To further amplify this image of beauty and perfection, despite his struggles with his sexuality, he married Yoko Sugiyama on June 1st, 1958, eventually fathering 2 children with her. It is unknown if his, to put it politely, homosexual exploits continued at this point, but I think we can probably say...
I hope so. I hope he
Yes.
was out there either getting banged or banging. You know, I gotta admit, I hope he was happy, especially if he had a wife and he gave her 2 kids. I mean, I imagine that I would hope that he found somebody who was like, yeah, I'm down with this. I'm okay with, like, go ahead, do your thing.
I'm not gonna give a little bit of a spoiler for ahead, but he never did end up finding. You know, he did stay with his wife. He was faithful.
Yeah.
To his wife. He never.
Oh.
He never. Well, not faithful, like faithful as in like I'm not gonna cheat on you with men, but faithful in the way of like he never.
It was good to her. He treated her with respect.
So, what's the Top Gear quote? It's like, "You've given me the babies, now get in the back."
You've given me the baby, so get in the back.
I don't know if you've seen Top Gear, but that's like...
No, I haven't. Is that the, like, Tom Cruise thing with the planes?
No. Top Gear is the
Gear?
British racing show for the BBC. Jeremy
Oh,
Clarkson, Richard Hammond,
yeah. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
what
I like this bumpy car. And then his friend's like, I don't like this bumpy car. And they're like, that's the show.
So, 1956, probably to get him more into his mindset of seeing himself as something that needed to be perfected.
Who is this?
Who's popping in?
Hey, homie, you got no audio. Yo, no audio. Never mind. Audio is just low. I'm so sorry, brother.
Do we need to turn up the audio?
Holy shit. I
thought that we were
Hold
going
on.
for like an hour and had no audio.
That would have been hilarious. Hold on. I hear my man's. Yeah, man, I got audio. I'm listening to it. We're on like a 30-second delay right now, but we just
Bring these
chillaxing.
a little bit closer. Is that what we need
Maybe
to do?
if you want. Yeah, I think maybe you'll just.
I'll scooch over just a little bit. How's this?
What you should do is just point it up at you.
Oh, there we go. Are we good?
Yeah, we should be. I think he had it on. He must have had it on low.
Okay.
Can you hear my beautiful voice now?
Are we doing this in ASMR?
I'm listening to it right now. I'm listening to myself again. Look, I'm listening to it. Look at this guy. This is the thing. All right, we're getting back to the Kusawawa.
Kusawawa?
Ome Warawa Shindere. Watashi wa
That's the North Star.
Koroshite Kudasai.
Right.
Me gusta gringos. All right, let's get back to it.
No.
So yeah, oh, he can hear us? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he can hear us. Hey Kev, hey Kit. This is a dude. You guys should click his fucking thing in the chat. He's got cool videos in there. He makes the shit. He makes that thing with the vadio. But first, Kit, we're going to get back into some Japanese history. You might actually like this because you're studying Japanese. So, Brandon.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong. So this is just independent research. I mean, this is coming from Encyclopedia Britannica, so it's not like...
Oh, shit, he hit me with the fucking... I don't know how to fucking read this. I don't know how to fucking read that.
Yeah, I can't speak Japanese. So...
There's a R in there somewhere.
We were in 1956.
56.
I mentioned a book by the name of Temple of the Golden Pavilion.
Yeah.
It's a good book. It's based on the real-life story of an obsessed monk burning down the Golden Pavilion in Kyoto.
That's awesome.
There's an actual structure called the Golden Pavilion. And
was it like a shrine or something?
Yeah. And it was burnt down. And the one that's standing today is not the original. It's got like a ship of Theseus kind of thing.
Yeah.
So...
little repairs here and there. And now it's
so he put his own spin on it. A very much like infusing his own beliefs of like death of identity, World War II. Says right here that Mishima saw beauty as something inseparable from death. So he believed that perfection could only be achieved in the end. Like you are.
That's why he wanted the Bushido death. He wanted to die in the war because he was like, that's going to purify me. My dynasty's going to love me.
Beauty can only be immortalized through destruction. He was very much of the school of thought that's like creating is less so, destruction is great.
Yeah.
You know, and there's of course several counter arguments to that. But
absolutely.
That's what he believed.
And that's why he was doing those erotic photos. He was like, that's how I want to be seen in my death. You know, he's kind of like trying to manifest this
definitely
romanticized death thing. So purity in death.
Purity in death. It was very much his belief. He traveled abroad and was nominated for the Nobel Prize.
America or Europe?
I think
Traveled abroad?
Just in general.
Just traveling the world.
Like the literary Nobel Prize. Never won Nobel Prize. Which only like increasingly supported his viewpoint that his artistic vision wasn't fully appreciated.
Yeah.
So this guy has written, tried to get his message across for years. And no matter all the critical acclaim that he got or the several awards that his work won, it wasn't enough for him. The message wasn't coming through the way that he intended it to. So, towards the mid-1960s, he began to romanticize about the samurai code. And this is very much, I think I can understand where he's coming from. You saw me playing my DS, right?
Earlier today, yeah.
Yeah. I think that for me comes from like a nostalgia factor, of like the world that I knew growing up. You're going to wake up, go to school, elementary school, you'll come home. Maybe mom takes you to Toys R Us. We're going to have a fun time. DS games are only $20 a pop. All the line. Yeah, takes you back. So I think I can understand the nostalgia where he's coming from, like the world that he knew was gone or dying. And he wanted to...
He watched it die.
Pretty much. So, another thing to note is that in the 1960s, Japan was becoming increasingly more left-wing.
Yeah.
And for Japan, that was...
They just codified gay marriage in their constitution the other year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look it up, but yeah.
Just increasingly left-wing, which for Japan meant becoming more westernized. You can think of Japan as left-wing being more of a Western school of thought, and right-wing being more of an Eastern school of thought. So, to this guy who idolizes the emperor...
He was like individualism?
Hirohito was still alive at this time. So this is devastating for him as well, because, you see your country moving in the wrong direction that he perceives it as.
Shit, I mean, he was gay. He should have been like, let's go. I mean, if he had
Japanese
known.
Stonewall riots? Yeah. So, just this guy is becoming kind of a grifter. He's getting further and further more right-wing. eventually, Mishima became convinced that he could not idly stand by while his country was dying. So he founded his own private militia called the Tatenokai.
Oh, that's never a good start to
The
anything.
Tatenokai in English translates to the Shield Society.
Okay.
That's badass. Come on. You found something called the Shield Society? Come on.
I mean, that's
some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. Like
that's Marvel
like a
right
Foot
there.
Clan,
They fucking
Shield
took
Society.
that Shield.
the Shield Society.
That's
The
crazy.
Tatenokai was,
I'm gonna put it on 2x speed now.
yeah, oh, you get the fish. I'll keep talking while you're going. The Tatenokai is a private army of young men, mostly college students, who swore loyalty to Mishima and the Emperor. So very much a bunch of red-pilled Japanese men, right? So they're red-pilled. They think the Emperor is great. They're really, really into traditional values. They're the contrarians of the time. So this is kind of his own private fan club. If we're being completely real, like look at what happens with like Andrew Tate and all that stuff. So Mishima played the role of the modern samurai leader. Because let's be real, he was trained in Bushido. He's basically the last samurai at this point.
So this is like
This is the story of the last samurai.
this is like Mulan, but he's gonna find out the guy he has a crush on is a girl and fucking. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I like the girl.
Something similar to that, but we'll,
Oh, okay. Well, let's no spoilers. Let's get to it.
So taking the pins out from earlier, it wasn't just political for Mishima. This, compared with everything, the trauma of his lives and his mental disorders, he wanted, life to him was theater. He had regressed so far, it's described, that he could not distinguish his work from reality.
Oh
so
my.
he thought he was like, it'd be like if Chris Chan thought he was Sonichu, basically, is what that is, or if Miyamoto thought he was Mario.
Gosh, so he peaked and then it just started degrading.
Yeah.
Like there was a.
Well, I think it's just the zeitgeist of the world changed. He was always, this way, but further and further on, the more his mental health did not get treated, he became.
That's something that I really like about the future is like
It's a
people can
cautionary
get
tale, really.
treat your symptoms.
Mhm. So he lectured his
Isn't that right,
followers.
Bob?
I don't think he really has much to say.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, he's kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah.
Mishima lectured his followers about purity, masculinity, and sacrifice. And I have a note here that says he's the Andrew Tate of his time, which I've said several times.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I like the
love
thought.
saying that.
I like the thought of Andrew Tate being a gay poet, and fathering 2 children. But it's just like he's just
Fathered, like 6 at this point, I think.
does he?
something
I
like
have
that.
no. I
Elon
don't.
Musk has like 20 children at this point.
But he also buys them. He pays for it.
Oh, yes, there's my child over there. His name is Xenon.
Xenon gas.
Very
He's
Xenon.
very noble.
And over there is
Yeah.
my favorite of the 5.
Oh man. He names his kid and it's just a QR code. He's like, go to the website. That's how you pronounce the name.
Don't give him ideas because he will. He'll name his kid and it'll be like a QR code for like never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you.
It's like,
up.
what's your name? Oh,
Never
what does that
gonna
mean?
let you down. Never gonna phone around
Yeah,
and
definitely.
desert you. Never
So-
gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
This was the time where he very much got like heavy into political stuff.
Yeah, okay.
He would do tours at Japanese colleges where he would,
Be in like fatigues and shit.
excuse me, he'd be dressed in suits and he would talk about, he'd basically do the Charlie Kirk thing. If he would try and debate people about like prove me wrong, or he would be like,
How'd he do it?
it was kind of like what he did, what Charlie Kirk did. He would set up he would go into these big Charlie Kirk.
I
would
mean,
set up
Charlie
outside of-
Charlie Kirk
We're
argued
not
with
just
children.
Pirates. We're the. I didn't get the. I didn't get the.
Oh,
read
are
the
we
end.
doing the fucking ad?
Yo, wait a minute! I know those guys.
No, not these guys.
It's the No, that's not what it is. What is the show? Wonder Pets. Those aren't the Wonder Pets.
No, the Wonder Pets.
It's a duck and a turtle. And
I mean, Charlie Kirk kind of just argued with children. So
this is what
I
he
would.
did.
I mean, yeah. So I mean
He's
that's
Japanese Charlie Kirk.
yeah. Japanese Charlie Tate.
He would Charlie Tate.
Charlie Tate.
He would go and he would not Charlie Kirk in the way that he was like inciting political.
I mean, he did create a militia.
Well, I was only going to draw the parallel to say that he would go to colleges and he would like debate.
Gotcha.
That
So
was-
he's out there.
That was the only parallel
talking
I was
with
trying
people.
to make there, not trying to make like a political stance or anything.
But so guys talking on
He would
campus.
lecture and he would debate students, and more oftentimes than not, he was laughed out of lecture halls
Yeah.
for this basically guy saying, yeah, we should overthrow we should stop the government as it is. This installed it works. Japan in the 60s and 70s, it's like the big boom back into Japanese infrastructure, Japanese technology. I mean, if you think robots, you think Japan, right? Well, maybe not so much now. Like China would be kind of be.
Well, I would say I don't know. I think Germany had a lot of really. I mean, they did a lot of stuff before everybody else because they
Very
kind of
mechanized.
threw caution to the wind.
Well, just in the way
German
of,
engineering.
the early 2000s, the world that we grew up in. When you think advanced technology, fruit
I'm
of your
thinking
arrow, all
mechs
that
from
stuff,
Japan. I'm
you
thinking.
think robots from Japan. You think you want cars from Japan, like dishwashers or laundry machines.
Samsung,
You want to drive.
Sony.
Yeah, Sony's Samsung. Is it Samsung that's Korean?
I have no idea. Honestly, I'm
One of
just throwing
those-
shit out there.
One of those is Korean. Anyways, but yeah, you're gonna.
Which
wanna,
Korean?
You're gonna watch.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
South.
kidding. Of course.
You want to drive a Toyota, right? You want to drive a Toyota. You want to have a Yamaha bike.
What are we talking about again?
We're talking about
Japan.
Japanese
Liking
yeah,
Japan's
liking
industrials.
Japan's industrialization. Basically, they're saying we have this established world. Mishima is saying, no, let's go back to where we were all living in thatch houses made of wood, and having
Return to monkey.
return to monkey is what he was basically saying.
Return
So-
slab. Return what you have stolen. Return the slab.
Stupid dog! I'm getting me mallet.
What's your
You know
offer?
what, not to
What?
tangent off here. I actually met Marty Grabs, the guy that does.
We were talking. Yeah, you told me about
at,
that.
Comic Con.
He's a cool guy, right?
He really is. He gave me a hug. The same year that I met Kevin Conroy, Batman.
If you're watching this, we love you.
Do the other heart. There we go. Perfect.
All right.
We can edit that in just to.
Our hands just
Yeah, fused together.
abnormally stretched. Yeah.
No, they'll fly around and then just together. So
Beautiful.
it was during this time that the Tatenokai began to intensify
Mm-hmm.
their training. Until.
And this is while he was not being able to tell reality from his writing. So he was writing and then telling people about reality and
oh yeah.
intertwining the two.
November 25th.
Oh God.
1970. I have a nice little descriptor here. It is a cold, clear Thursday morning in Tokyo. November 25th, 1970. Yukio Mishima, Japan's most famous living writer, wakes early in his Tokyo home. He puts on his military-style uniform,
Oh God.
a tight khaki jacket with gold buttons, a white armband bearing the characters for Tatenokai.
This is from his wife's house. This is where he's
Same
living.
house that they live in, yeah,
Just
family house.
Wakes up one day, November 1977.
Holsters his sword, his samurai blade, and he hangs it at his side. He eats a light breakfast with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
Yoko.
Dressed in his.
Yeah. Kisses his children goodbye and tells her he'll be back for lunch. He will not. So this was the Tatenokai plan. By 10 a.m., Mishima and 4 young followers, all members of his private militia, arrive.
4 young followers?
4 young followers arrive at Ichigaya Garrison together in Mishima's car. So they're kind of like clown carning.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the 5 of them.
The
Yeah.
Ichigaya Garrison is the headquarters of Japanese Self-Defense Force, the SDF.
Mm-hmm.
That is
The government.
that is their army. That is their military, or at least the military that we have allowed them to have. For private self-defense.
Yeah. Oh my God. Never mind. Keep going.
The men are Masakatsu Morita, his devoted lieutenant and rumored lover, Hiroyasu Koga, a quiet kendo expert, Masahiro Ogawa, Yasuyoshi Morita, and Masakatsu Morita, no relation. So, Those are the 3 guys, and the 2 Moritas are not related. And Masakatsu is his lover, alleged. They've told the guards that they're delivering a letter to the commandant, General Mashida.
Oh, so they could get in.
So they could get in. The guards recognize Mishima because he's a celebrity. You know, he's
Yeah.
like, this is like if Stephen King were to go see Donald Trump.
And he's just dressed up in full, like...
In full, like, military uniform. So this is Stephen King going to meet with Trump. Because he's a celebrity, right? And they let him through. It's like, oh, yeah, Mishima wants to go talk to the commandant. Sure. Once he's inside the general's office, they all draw their swords.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Naturally.
They tie the general to his chair and barricade the doors with desks and cabinets. Mishima hangs a banner outside on the balcony, emblazoned with the Tatenokai insignia and old imperial slogans.
Okay.
They hand out typed manifestos to nearby soldiers explaining that this is not terrorism, this is a patriotic act. Of course. Mishima believes that Japan has lost its honor and he has to awaken the spirit of the samurai to restore the emperor. So this is what he had written. He says, "We have been born into a time when our country has lost its soul. We must restore it through our own blood."
Damn.
Within the hour, an hour later, at 11 a.m., this is taking over the office, getting in, literally a second. An hour later, at 11 a.m., Mishima steps out onto the balcony. This is all live broadcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody is kind of looking like, who is that? Oh my God, that's Mishima, up there looking at him.
Yeah.
And he gives this great big speech to the garrison, all surrounding in the courtyard. He tells the soldiers to rise up, overthrow Japan's constitution, and restore the emperor as the divine ruler of the nation. He tries to appeal to their honor and their pride as warriors. He says, "Where has the spirit of the samurai gone? Where is the honor that built this country?" But of course, 11 in the morning, this is lunchtime for the garrison. So they're hangry. They're not wanting to deal with this.
Ah, man.
So he is laughed at. His speech is drowned out. Nobody's doing anything. So he's expected this great big
Magnum
glorious
opus. Yeah.
magnum opus artistic piece of like the soldiers are gonna rise up with him and
Bro should have wrote it down.
Overthrow. He did.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
He's like, this is going to be a cool thing.
The soldiers below him heckle him. Some boo, others shout, "Come down there, idiot." No one moves to join him.
Yeah.
Mishima had imagined a glorious uprising, a rebirth of Imperial Japan. Instead, it's a farce, and the laughter is deafening.
Damn.
After about 10 minutes of sitting up there and pouring his heart out, he realizes it's over. It's so Jover.
Yeah. He's like, nah.
Turns, gives a small nod to his followers after stepping back inside, and he recites Tenno Harakiri Banzai 3 times before going back inside. They shut the balcony doors, and then Mishima kneels on a white cloth in the general's office. He takes off his jacket,
Yeah, of course.
facing a portrait of the emperor, removes his shirt, and commits seppuku.
Oh, yeah.
He drives it into his stomach, tears across, and the second part of that is he's supposed to be decapitated.
Yeah.
So Morita,
His lover.
his lover, is supposed to be the one to decapitate him. But because he sucks, he hits him in the back like 3 times with his sword
Oh.
until finally Koga grabs the sword from him and finishes the job. And his head just goes tumbling down.
No.
So everybody's freaking out. And then Morita's like, "Dude, I messed up so bad. And also I don't want to be without my lover." So he also kneels down, cuts into his gut, and then Koga has to kill him too.
Damn.
So this was supposed to be a 0 fatality run. Now he's -2.
Bro, double. He said double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah.
Hey, this
So,
guy.
At this point, both Mishima
Mm.
and his supposed lover Morita are dead next to each other, guts on the floor, and decapitated.
Hilarious.
The soldiers storm the room,
Mhm.
but it's too late.
Yeah.
His Mishima's body is still, his head separated from
Is
his
the-
shoulders, and the banners outside just kind of flutter off, and the coup is over. It lasted less than an hour.
the general that they tied up, was he just
He was
tied up
he was standing there. He basically tried to beg him
to not kill himself?
He's like, dude,
or
don't do this. And I think the response that he gave was, this isn't going to be your responsibility. You can't take the blame for this.
yeah. He's like, this is my decision, bro.
This is my
I lost.
magnum opus. And then
Damn.
he's just kind of sitting there watching a botched execution and an extra death that he didn't need to see.
Damn it.
So he's just kind of sitting there with the gag in his mouth like...
Bro, I couldn't imagine. I'd be like, don't let that guy do me. Don't let that guy give me back. He literally gave him 3 back shots before the end.
He did. He really did. He did. So...
One for the road.
Literally, an entire coup lasts less than an hour.
Damn.
Which is usually how it goes. And as we know now, Japan is not it's not under the divine rule of Emperor Hirohito anymore.
See, I can't go to Japan anymore.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna go before I got tattooed, but now I have tattoos and I'm gonna get more.
Is that a thing in Japan, how they frown upon tattoos?
I don't think that it's as common today, but there are places you cannot go if you are tattooed. They're
Tokyo,
like
surely not, because they have...
No, not Tokyo. It's usually like religious places, bathhouses.
Right. Like if you're going to go to Kyoto and you're going to go to like the shrines and stuff.
Yeah, I've always wanted to visit the shrines to culturally appropriate it and gentrify it and bring back some water and sell it to crystal girls.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But no, like I think it's just where like they have a lot of stuff that's just like memorialized through geographical things. And then like same thing with Mesoamerica?
What region?
The middle of America.
Middle of America.
Yeah,
Like
I was thinking Mesopotamian. I always get those mixed up.
Mesopotamia is not in...
Is not in America. It's not on the east side. The Mesoamerica, a lot of their culture was fucking... So like, but all that remains, I don't know, that's a band or something. Yeah, it's like this house is a fucking...
That's cool.
There's a fucking...
Is it the Mayans that lived on top of the mountain, or is that the Inca?
Bro, there's like 6 or 7 different groups down there, and like it had always... It was a tough little thing. There was these guys called the Quaxlot or something like that.
Okay.
And they were just their entire faction was war. They said we have to kill everything in our way. We have to. They were actually a derivative of them.
There we go.
Before the Aztecs. So their entire thing was we needed to kill everything and we needed to conquer everything because one day our God's gonna come to us and he's gonna be like, hey, this is your divine land. And then you're supposed to get it or whatever.
So Mishima is dead.
Mishima's dead.
The whole world is kind of shocked because he was a really prolific guy. So again, imagine if Stephen King tried to overthrow the U.S.
His wife make a statement. Did anybody talk about him afterwards?
I'm sure his wife did give a statement, but I mainly only focused on Mishima. His wife is still living today, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy.
Yeah, this happened in 1970.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his wife's still alive. The Mishima estate is very protective.
She's like 110, isn't she?
We can Google that real quick.
They're very protective about what? I'm sorry. The Mishima estate is very protective about what?
The estate is very much protective about... She died in 1995. Yeah, the estate is very much protective over talking about the death of Mishima. They're very protective about... like the 1985 movie that I discovered this story from, had to jump through several hoops
to even touch on the subject.
That's just like 15 years later. Imagine in like 2016 they made like a 9/11 movie, which they did. But
they did?
Yeah.
What was it called?
There's several 9/11 movies.
What's it called?
There's
several.
Then
I'm
like
not.
Two Towers or something like that.
That's crazy. Right on the fucking nose.
It's in 2017, and it's just called 9/11. So, anyways,
have you seen a lot of movies from that time?
From the early 2010s or the 1970s or 80s?
About 9/11.
About 9/11? I don't think I've seen many movies about like 9/11.
I don't want to.
definitely movies like around that time.
Can I ruin one for you?
Go for it.
There's this movie called Remember Me, and it's the guy.
Is that the Robert Pattinson one?
Yes, the Robert
Okay, I know what
Pattinson
you're
one.
talking
So
about.
it's a boring fucking movie. It's a boring movie. They're like changing oil. They gotta like set up dinner dates.
It's a
They're talking
rom-com.
about bullshit. It's a rom-com and it's a
Yeah.
bullshit. It's like, oh my God, I sat through the entire movie complaining. I was like, what is this guy doing? What is this fucking meaning for this? I don't want to see this. And then the very last scene, here's spoiler alert. Spoiler fucking alert.
Zooms out.
It zooms out and the fucking plane's coming towards the Twin Towers and he's looking out the fucking thing. I remember
He's on like the 110th floor
I-
or something like that.
chills went down my spine.
know
I
he didn't lay it
jumped
out.
up, brother. I jumped up because I was like, "Oh my God, this movie was worth it." It had been like somebody was.
It's unintentionally hilarious.
It's-
It's a punchline.
It's crazy.
It shouldn't be a punchline.
It shouldn't be a punchline. It's more of like a crash landing.
Well, yeah. That was a good one. But
Gonna
no,
get
yeah,
some
you can
flack for that
definitely
one.
see- You can definitely see like how 9/11 sort of had like an impact on movies.
On movies and
Where
stuff
it's
like that. There was a
you
lot
know
of.
how like War of Terror and all that stuff. You can tell like Die Hard, like the terrorists are actually like cheesy bank robbers and stuff.
Come out in 2004.
Die Hard?
Die Hard.
Die Hard was an 8. Well, when did Die Hard come out? I should know this. I love Die Hard.
I watched Die Hard.
was 1988.
1988. The original? That's awesome.
The original Die Hard with poor
I love him.
Bruce Willis.
I watched Die Hard for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago, and we watched it on Christmas
Alan Rickman.
and with Alan Rickman. Oh man, he's a good actor, and he
Rest in peace, man.
yeah, really like I didn't realize how variable of an actor he could be. You know, I didn't realize like because when he was playing Hans Gruber, is that his name?
Hans Gruber, yeah.
I didn't recognize him, and they were like, "That's Snape. That's
Snape.
the guy from the fucking transphobic girl."
I might have missed it. Is that your girlfriend that was doing that, or
What?
that you saw Die Hard with?
Yes, but it was her husband that showed me. So
Okay.
it's like they'll show. So I've never watched a lot of like movies or stuff like that, or
Right.
I wasn't really like impacted by culture
Mm-hmm.
as much.
Oh, that's definitely something that like I definitely helped me out a lot because my
Yeah.
parents are really big film buffs, and they made me watch a lot of movies when I was little. Rightfully so. They sent me a lot of 90s and 80s movies.
He was saying that's a
And
good
say,
one,
I'm
dog.
listening, homie, all ears. Lamau.
No, fucking.
Well, not the 9/11 joke. Is that what that was?
maybe that or Die Hard, a good movie or something like that.
Well, the very end of the Mishima story is everybody was kind of bewildered about it. The left
Mhm.
thought he was a fascist nut.
Mhm.
The right thought that he was just too extreme.
Mhm.
Nobody really knows to this day what to think about him. How weird of a guy he was. And I don't think I really explained. You know, I think I had a pretty good idea of, you know, who. There is no amount of like explaining that I can do that can really characterize who Mishima was as a person. It's just something you kind of have to experience through like interviews or.
And then
books.
just keep getting like information from him.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You see,
you have to watch it to understand.
and the thing is like he was able to be popularized so quick because Japan was such a like a nationalist
Yeah.
society. They were like,
Yeah.
We need to recognize the people in our country that are doing the greatest, and we need to uplift them. And so, like, when they would have him step out, it didn't matter.
That's the thing.
You know,
too.
it was like that is the guy
in the
from
50s
Japan.
and 60s, you know, Ishiro Honda and all that stuff. The not even Ishiro Honda, the man who made Seven Samurai. In the 60s and 50s, the big thing for American Hollywood was cowboy movies.
Yeah.
In Japan, it was samurai.
Like
So it was very much a topical thing.
Kurosawa.
Akira Kurosawa. yes,
Akira
that's the guy.
Kurosawa was
I
a
don't know,
big
how do I
director.
remember Ishiro? Well, because he made Godzilla, of course.
Who?
um,
Akira?
Oh no, Akira Kurosawa made
Oh.
Seven Samurai. Ishiro Honda made Godzilla.
Yeah, he made the samurai and Romanji.
Ishiro Honda
Ro-
made some.
What is it called? It's like 4 people tell a different story. It's all the same story.
Castle or something or
It's like
other.
Romanji,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
something like that.
It's we're gonna find this out right now.
There's another one he has, and it's To Live. Ikiru. I watched that one.
Yojimbo.
Huh?
Yojimbo.
Yojimbo?
Yojimbo.
What's Yojimbo?
I think what you were talking about.
No.
Yojimbo, Ikiru, Seven Samurai.
Romanshi?
Rashomon?
Rashomon. That's what it is. It's about like
Throne of Blood is a good one too.
I need his movies were not that bad.
Do they offer a class here that they test?
Yes.
Okay.
They do Japanese film studies. That's what I took. That's how I know about Akira Kurosawa. That's how I know a little bit about Japanese culture. But it's usually through, like, I have seen Japan through the lens of growing up through Toonami, and then a little bit of appreciation while I was in college. And then I got into the Ghibli films, and that really influenced a lot of, like, I don't think that I was fully absorbed into movies. Like, there were times where I would find a movie and I would just play that movie over and over again. So it's
definitely. Yeah. My dad definitely, I don't think he realizes they were like Japanese productions, but a lot of like Transformers with like collaboration with Japan. Funnily enough, a lot of the Rankin Bass movies, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was made in Japan. The little puppets are Japanese.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Rankin Bass is The Hobbit, all that stuff. Voltron is a big one.
Yeah.
Voltron is very much. Yeah, it was really important to me when they made the remake on Netflix.
I like it. You know, I should have put on something in the background that related to Japan, but
this isn't Japan. This isn't Japanese.
This is Japanese,
This is
actually.
Japanese.
It's very
So
kawaii, as they would say.
epilogue is for Mishima. Death was never an end; it was a completion of beauty. He had long said, "A perfect life must end in a perfect death." By dying at the peak of his physical and artistic power, he believed that he had immortalized himself, free from decay, free from compromise. In his mind, this was not madness; it was an aesthetic logic. His life had been art, and now his death was the masterpiece. Today, in the general's office at Ichigaya, there's a small plaque marking the event, though most visitors pass it without noticing. But for those who know, it's haunting. The place where one of the 20th century's most gifted and conflicted men turned his own ideals into a blade. And that is the end of the Mishima story, as crazy and convoluted as it was.
Well, this is a lot. This is really cool. I actually really enjoyed that story. I like the little deep dive that we had. Damn, we need. I wouldn't mind doing this more often. You bring me funny guys that kill their kids, or I mean, funny guys that
kill themselves and leave them kids orphaned.
Yeah, you know? I mean, they must have.
He's continuing the generational trauma. If you really think about that.
Because he was like, oh, instead of taking care of a sick grandma, you got to take care of your grieving
mother.
Your sad grieving mother.
Right.
Full Metal Alchemist. Oh my god. Bro, I knew it was somewhere.
Full Metal Alchemist moment.
Good story. Yeah.
Good story.
It was a good story. I really enjoyed it. I think we should do more of these.
Yeah.
But this is very.
I'd have to see if I can't find others that are like.
Or talk more about this, dude.
Well, not like unique. Well, I think the Mishima story is pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we can talk about his poems.
Well, as influential and as good as his works are, it's like, how much really is there to talk about? Like, because there's at some point it becomes kind of contrived.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you look at like, I don't know, like a Leonard Bernstein biopic or anything, like the big thing, if Mishima had never done what he did, I think the biggest, like, most controversial thing about him would be like, he was gay. Oh no. Like, as if that's going to be some sort of big deal. Like the Leonard Bernstein pictures that have come out. I think one that happened with Bradley Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. It was a Netflix one. Basically, just the whole point of it was like, hey, did you know he was gay?
Yeah.
So, not to say that Mishima's life was boring or anything, but I feel like without him being psychotic,
I feel
and
like
crazy, you know, and then also committing suicide in a army barracks, I think that he would kind of get buried in the aether, because it's like, how many people remember J.R.R. Tolkien outside of The Hobbit, or
isn't he just like
a
fat smelly dude?
Mishima?
No,
Mishima's...
George.
J.R.R. Tolkien?
Yeah, that guy. Isn't he?
I don't think
like...
so. I think he was just kind of like a healthy man.
He was just a guy out there writing shit.
Not healthy, you know.
Oh.
You know, just kind of. I mean, I don't. I'd have to do some research into.
Yeah. I don't know much. See, that's what I was saying. I can just assume. I can just speculate. I have no idea who these people are.
Well, I mean,
there's a lot
like
of times.
Mark Twain. Mark Twain is an interesting story too, because he kind of. It's a weird thing with a lot of these like creative types that they have some sort of like mental affliction.
See, and that's something that really kills me, is because I feel like there's a lot of people who attribute art to mental illness or something like that, or suffering.
There's
and
like
the reality of it is that like there are artists. There are artists who suffer.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if people got the help that they could back then, we would have a lot more work, a lot more gay work, you know, because I feel like
I feel
like a lot of gay people just killed themselves, you know? They were just like, fuck it. They were just like, the hell is this for? You know, I
don't think. Well, I mean, if you want to interpret it,
he
as
was
like
gay and he killed himself.
Well,
that's adding to the chalkboard scoreboard.
I'm saying I don't think this the point of it was that he was gay. I think the point of it was like he was this crazy guy who killed himself for no reason.
He should have just wrote that shit down.
Right.
He should have. He should have stuck to just fictionalizing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if he wrote a coup book, that would have been very popular.
He did, actually.
So is there?
So let me add on to that. I don't mean to interrupt, but there was a book called Runaway Horses. It was part of his tetralogy that he was writing. I forget what the full name. I think it's whatever it is. It's one of the books where the character is reincarnated or something, and he, you know, goes through this assassination plot for some big something or other. I forget the exact plot for Runaway Horses, but it was very much almost a copy and paste of what I think the idealized version of his coup would have been. So, are you going to put up a little picture of Yukio Mishima in the back there for our lovely viewers to see?
We can. Let me do it.
We got to be careful on Google because I don't want like the picture of like the head.
Mishima. What is it called?
Mishima. Yukio.
I'm sorry.
It's Control A and then backspace all that. YUKIO MISHIA. Mishima. There he is.
Oh fuck! That's a tight ass picture. That's a hard.
You gotta be careful. Make sure there's not one of like his head sitting there.
Hold on. This is.
That's the one that's going in the back.
That's the one.
Open that up in the
tab.
Yeah.
That's him. Oh god.
With his big old.
Images in there.
Attribute the proper copyright. I'm looking on your stream and I don't see the
Yeah, it's not popping up yet.
Okay. Right. Right.
And then,
Hold on. I'll let you know when it pops up.
Oh, it should. You'll see.
I should have thought of that. We should have had like Faith or someone in the background pulling up like images of
That'd be cute.
of John. Yeah.
Look at that fucking face. I mean,
He had a face card. He had a face card. I'm not gonna lie. Here. Oh, I saw a little blip. Okay. There's a little bit of a. Yep. There we go. Yeah, Yukio Mishima with his big sword. Yeah, it was definitely something that he thought about a lot. Wanting to. Now, it's just crazy how he had thought about, like, you know, you see those, you know, pictures with him and the sword, and, you know, he was definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at him purifying his body and shit.
Yeah.
He was like,
And he's an interesting nutcase, like an interesting psych evaluation to get into.
It's kind of nice because it's like, you know, if he was like really fat and ugly, I don't think he'd be able to get away with a lot of shit. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but he does have a face card. You know, a lot of the times when you see these wacky guys, these wacky people, they're kind of attractive.
I wouldn't call him attractive, but you gotta scroll up a little bit.
I
just
will.
Because the cigarettes being hid. That gorgeous smile.
That gorgeous smile. You let me know.
Now just imagine that head rolling around in an office somewhere.
Like that? Full smile?
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't a smile. It was more like.
Especially after getting hit 3 times.
3 times in the back after spilling your guts out. He's probably like, if I was that, I'd probably like turn around like, you got it. Anyways, yeah, so that was Yukio Mishima's story.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting guy.
There he is.
I thought.
There the beautiful man is. We're on a little bit of a delay, so we gotta walk up to it and watch it. And like now, you
Watch
see
the
that
Louisville
cigar?
postcard,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there all happy.
See, you guys didn't know how attractive he was until I pulled him up.
Complex guy.
He's got ears that aren't like crazy.
As a very staunch heterosexual man.
As a very staunch heterosexual.
As a very staunch heterosexual man. Sure, why not?
I mean, he looks happy. He looks
He's
fulfilled.
happy. He looks very happy.
He looks like he's got nice teeth too.
That's more than I can say.
I got some fangly
Yellow teeth, chipped tooth at the bottom.
fangly teeth.
I want to know what the 1950s
They were just dental plan.
technology was like.
3 cigarettes every sandwich and a
Samurai-
fucking
Samurai cigarette.
morphine on your gums. What do you mean? That's
I
it.
need me a samurai cigarette. I need me the samurai dental plan.
That is so true. That is so true. All right. Well, I mean, do we? Oh, look, we got a couple of. He got money left. He got that money left. He got the money left. Poor people problems. Poor people. He does.
These plebeians on the ground. Let me kill myself.
He's got the fucking money laugh. He's definitely got the fucking money laugh. Oh my god, yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. It's real.
It's so funny how like
People.
It's one of those things. You can see why it's not like this major historical like event.
Because it's kind of, you said it's just, the memorial of it is just something on the side of the,
It's just some plaque in the building where it happened.
just like,
It's
hey.
Well, if you go to Guyandot, you're driving through Guyandot. Horrible, bloody battles in the Civil War fought literally like over there.
Yeah.
There's like a
River.
There's a street side.
Yeah.
A street sign. I can't speak English.
That's where most of the fights happen. They were like,
Yeah. Here.
stay on that side of the water.
Here.
No. I want to be on that side of the water.
That's another fun thing too. It was like West Virginia in the Civil War. That's something
We
that
started
needs
Black
to-
History Month.
Yeah, we did. I think that's something that needs to be talked about more.
If you guys want to learn about more West Virginia history, there's
DM me. No, don't
there's
DM me.
there's a channel called Daily 304. They are the Commerce Office for West Virginia, and they do a lot of production.
Is there a Japanese history number we can plug if somebody's interested in that?
No.
Wikipedia.com.
Yeah, go Google.
Right. And no, I've just given the internet a majorly amazing insight into my mind.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
it's just like, this guy's an otaku, and it's like, no, I just have a weird special interest with idiots like
do
this.
you have any like? I guess we'll wrap this one up. I think we
Right.
covered a good subject. We
We
covered
did.
it for a good bit. And you have any last comments before maybe we wrap it up?
Don't try and reinstate the emperor,
Yeah.
or you're
Yeah.
gonna be laughed at by two hicks
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Yeah. We'll make fun of you in like 50 years.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy. I'll be an AI. He'll be a robot.
I probably will.
I
Dude,
probably won't be
by
an
the
AI.
year 2070. If I'm not like in a Darth Vader suit,
Yeah.
I think
No,
we have failed. If I even live for that long.
I've talked to my girlfriend and about this, and I'm just like, yo, you gotta understand. Like, I'm a.
Do you think that your girlfriend, and her husband can like Futurama style cut off all of your heads and kind of like King Ghidorah?
No.
One body Hydra yourself?
No. I would never want to do that. The whole reason I'm in a polyamorous relationship is because I don't want to completely fuse with. I wouldn't say that monogamous people completely fuse with one
You
another.
Mishima, you gotta like be body and mind and sword and spirit. and
Yeah,
everything at
you
once.
gotta
Take a
have-
lesson from this man, Zeus. Do it. Become a Hydra.
become a Hydra. No, but like, shit. No, I would never want to be. I think there was these conjoined twins I followed for a while on YouTube.
Oh,
and the girls, yeah, and they talk a little bit about their like struggles and stuff. One of them's a little less verbal than the other one, and like I'm gonna be honest. It works out for them. It'd be a fucking living hell for me.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like
And I say I know them. I don't know them. I know of them.
I think that it is amazing that people live and they're alive and stuff like that, you know. I'm not going to stop them from living or being alive and stuff. And that's where my opinions end. Right there. Right there where they can be
So what's your view on that?
What's your view on the disabled? Brandon, how would you like to talk about the
Don't like them. No, I'm kidding.
the non-abled body? No.
I wonder.
Anyway,
You ever wonder? As an avid Tylenol taker myself,
as an avid talent taker,
I don't think I have an opinion on that.
I got Ace Temefone Mines Hand, and that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so hey,
Well, let's
thank
see
you.
how we see that. That was less. That was more Ronald Reagan than Trump.
Yeah,
Well, let's see how we see that there.
yeah. Well, thank you, Brandon, for coming on to
Thanks for
Zues.
having me. Thank
This
you for
is
letting me like rant for an hour, however long it's been.
this is what this channel is for. It's for whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't give a shit about the audience. This is for me. This is for me. This is for me.
It's a good practice round for the big interview with. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it because it is like a university organization, but I'm gonna be as vague.
You can plug whatever you want.
vague
I'm
and-
not gonna care.
No, I'm gonna be as vague and nondescript because God knows what'll get back to you due to like whatever. You put stuff out on the internet and it's all like, oh, was this you? And it's like, maybe.
Yeah, I was talking about a gay samurai committing suicide after fathering 2
Oh
kids
no,
and
yeah,
leaving them.
definitely, yeah. This is gonna look great on my employment record. I was
People will
like,
be
so
like-
that Brandon guy, he was talking about gay samurais killing themselves and.
I'm gonna rename the episode
You're
"Gay
gay
Samurai."
samurais killing themselves.
Yeah,
I thought you should keep the description the same though. Like you can't.
I can't change it. It's Brandon and Zeus epic hangout, weird history, etc. I don't know. Think of a funny name later.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you
history.
for joining us here at Brandon and Zeus epic hangout, weird history, etc. I don't know. Think of a
Hangout
funny
number one,
name
question mark?
later. And we might be back for another one. We might not be back for another one. Who the fuck knows?
You get paid doing this.
I do get paid doing this,
So,
but
definitely.
also you could pay me to do this. You could give me some money. No, but it's been great having you, man. Really, like
I love this guy in the background. He's so happy.
He's very cute. He's a cute little guy.
We're gonna give him a little. Give him a little peck on the cheek there.
Oh. All right, guys. Well, this has been an official stream. Not a broken one. Not going into the broken streams. It's going into the regular streams.
On the camera, on the
Regular.
monitor here.
There I go. Oh yes. Yes. Put your arm up there, King. Give him a little rub.
Scratching his nose, Give him
Give him a little smoochy.
Pick his nose real quick. Yeah.
All right, guys, and it's been great having you. Thank you for watching. Hey, if you want some cool music and shit and cool music videos, that commenter in my chat, Kit, he fucking makes shit. Brandon, I think he's gonna end up coming up with a YouTube, so I might plug it in the description. I don't know.
I mean,
This
have
is
one, but
live
I
right
don't
now.
Do anything on it. It's just kind of like, I think I have everything like privated. It's more just like for.
I feel that. Thing.
Thing.
Well,
I don't have one.
it is time to end the episode. Why don't you ramble into the mic until I cut it off?
Well, I'm just gonna say thank you, Zeus, for having me, and my name is President Ronald Reagan. I love trickle-down economics. Hello, Nancy. Which camera am I looking at? This one right here? This one right here. Bye-bye, y'all.